everybody. This is Christine Bertram, and I'm coming to you live from the Hive here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. And we're ready for another Thursday night of stamping fun. Are you ready? That is the question. I think I am. As much as I'm never prepared for a paper pumpkin, I feel like I need to be better prepared, but it is what it is. We're just gonna roll with the punches. So I found myself really fast, and let's see if you guys pop on. So hi Danny from Indiana. So these stars, you guys, you don't have to worry about the stars. They cost money. And I don't know what Facebook does with the money. So don't go buying stars and sending them to me unless you feel inclined. We were talking about stars and the top fan badge last week, and I did a little more homework. And yeah, it costs money to send stars, and I have no idea. It's just, I think, another way for Facebook to try to make money. So hi Jennifer, hi Marjorie, hi Latokia. Here's Carol. Yay, Carol. Kelly said she was going to reach out to you. I think she might have today. So hi Kay, hi Luann from Iowa. Don is here already, and Randy is, wow. So yeah, stars. Crazy, right, Danny? Like another way for them to try to make money, and I don't know who gets what of it, and I don't want you guys to spend your money on stars if you can spend it on stamping instead. Right? All right. Hi Jean, hi Deanne. So what do we have tonight? We have the March paper pumpkin to put together. Woohoo! Hi Suzanne. Hi, Vicki. Oh, perfect. I'm so glad that she reached out to you, Carol. I sent her a screenshot of your message to me, and she said, oh man, she has 2 different email addresses. Hi, Faye. Hi, Arliss. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Linda. So Kelly was getting inundated with a lot of emails in one email address, so she created a separate email address for stamping stuff. And I think you had emailed her other email address, which she only checks a couple times a week or something like that. So yes, stamping first, priorities. You got it right, Danny. So hi, Margaret from Victoria, Australia. Woohoo! So Margaret, at some point we should chat, because I did a homestay program with the FFA when I was in high school. So 1996. I stayed with Dick and Lila Maloney, and I believe that it was Victoria, and I spent a month on a farm with them. Well, actually 3 weeks, and then we toured Sydney for a week. And I want to look up to see how, I think they've passed since then, because that was 20 years ago, and they were probably in their 60s or 70s at that point. But their son might be still living. So my mom was going to look back in her notes to figure out what his name was. So we were going to try to connect some pieces. So yes. Oh yeah. So stars cost money. Don't necessarily need to do them. But you guys, like, comment, and share all that you can, because that helps you become a top fan. And that's when I do the drawing for the top fan, which, by the way, will be next week, Thursday, because Thursday is the 1st. So on the 31st, at the end of the evening, what I'll do is I'll see who is considered or marked as a top fan, and we'll do the drawing right away on April 1st. Isn't that exciting? And we'll also announce next week who the March Creative Monthly Creative Challenge winner is, and then also the Class Card Challenge. Wow, it'll be like really fast. So, okay, did you guys catch Kelly's Technique Thursday today? She did stencils. Okay, so about 3 weeks ago, when we found out that Paper Pumpkin was going to be putting in a free set of stencils into our March Paper Pumpkin, somebody said to me, well, you should do a technique or a tip on it. Well, we didn't just do that. We did a Tip Tuesday, and we did a Technique Thursday, and I have 2 alternatives for you tonight using stencils. So you guys will have your fair share of stencils. Hi, Bobby. Hi. So thanks so much for sharing, everybody. You guys are awesome. We did hit 2,000 likes. I looked at my phone at midnight on Monday night, and we had gotten it. So you guys rock. So thank you so much to everybody who has been liking, commenting, sharing, and supporting me on Facebook. You guys are awesome. And we did the drawing right before I went off for date night with Tyler. We went by our friend's house for dinner, and we made the dirt cake on Monday night. It turned out really good. So we did the drawing, and Mary Hendrickson was the grand prize winner of the machine. And I don't know if you can see it, but it's off to the back over there on my table. So it migrated over to the area back over there where everything needs to be processed for shipping. So thanks for sharing, Jean. Hi, Julie. Hi, Chris. Yes. But we switched topics there. I'll go back to Kelly and the hydrangea card. But the 2,000 likes, we kind of went onto that. But I did a second place winner. Ann Bellinger had her name picked for a runner-up, just in case Mary didn't want the mini boss. Well, Mary wanted the mini boss. So instead of Ann picking out, I have my drawer full of different things that are past products from retired catalogs. Well, I was closing a workshop yesterday and I got in touch with Ann, and she also, I had a half off item that I gave to her. So she picked the welcoming window from my craft roulette challenge where I use that bundle. So both girls got half off items. So I got to share the love. And I thought, well, I want to have both of them have half off prizes. So that's awesome. So Ann she didn't pick, I had picked the welcoming window and she took it. So it worked out good. Okay, so Kelly's card though. Let's flip down really quick here and show you Kelly's card. You guys know I love, hi Sandy, hi Julie, hi Tammy, hi Melanie. You guys, oh, there's Ann, yay. You guys know I love my purple. So I don't know if she did this on purpose, but she did purple here with the hydrangeas, and she cut out and glued all those little pieces. You guys have to go back and watch her technique Thursday for today if you missed it. It's so pretty. She didn't have an inside in here, but she used the stencil here on the side. So I also, if you missed my tip Tuesday, I went through and I showed you guys how to do stenciling with, this is with the blending brush. And then this one is sponge with the shimmer paint. And then this is the paste. So you guys, we were live on, I did that technique or that tip Tuesday, and I was like, we're doing this paste no matter what. So Stampin' Up! Already has shipped me new paste, and they actually took it up. The girl who took my phone call, she took it, had it brought up to her, and she opened them up for me, and she looked at them and she said they are as fluffy frosting as you can get. So I'm getting a couple new pastes, no questions asked. So if you guys want to go back to check any of this out, it's the videos for Tuesday and for Thursday. And oops, I got dominoes going on. So stencils, yeah. Kelly's card was over the top gorgeous, very pretty. So this is from Ann Miller. She sent me a card in the mail, and I love it. Look at that. She has the matching envelope, and this was a paper pumpkin from many moons ago. I think it was sometime last summer, and so I got a little love note in there for her. Hi, Denise. Hi, Brianna. Yes, that flower card is so pretty. This one came from, let's see here, from Carol Lee Crabb. She sent me a card in the mail today, too, with payment for a class. So thank you so much, Carol Lee. I love it. It's very, very pretty, using a touch of ink on here. And this butterfly DSP is from a couple years ago from Sale-a-bration. So, Luann, you just asked about the tear and tape. Tear and tape is retiring in its current form. So this right here, as you buy it now, but they have one that I looked in the new catalog because we could look at it yesterday. It's exactly the same. So tear and tape is being replaced with tear and tape. So don't worry about the tear and tape. And look at this beautiful card. Holy Moses here. This one was from Tammy Steckling. Tammy sent me, she's doing game night. So she sent me a beautiful card with her payment. So I love it. Tammy is gorgeous. Like this is, I think it's a 5x7. If I had to look at this, it was a 7. I love it. So these mail the same cost as a normal card because it's a rectangular size. So look at that one. Okay, so thanks for all the cards, girls. I can't wait to reuse these. Hi, Kim. Hi, Kate. Hi, Deb. Okay, so that's what I got for cards. So that's a good point. Luann just asked if I was looking back at the notes here. Luann just asked about the tear and tape. So you guys, yesterday Stampin' Up! Came out with 2 things for us to just be inundated with as a demonstrator, or it was a little bit crazy. At 2 o'clock our time, my time, so 1 p.m. Mountain Time, they announced the retiring last chance list. So we have a spreadsheet that looks like basically this. You guys, it's really teeny tiny. I don't expect you to read it. So I have this list, and I did post it in both PDF and Excel on my newsletter section of the Cards by Crispy website. So you guys can get the Excel version or the PDF version. And it's easier once you open it up, probably in your computer or your phone, you can make it bigger so you can see it better. And what I did though is, so you're wondering what tomorrow, I am going to be live tomorrow at 5 p.m. Central. It's called a walk through the catalog, and we're going to look at all the last chance retiring items. So the catalog is set to retire May 3rd, but at this point, it's no holds barred for stuff. It is while supplies last. Stampin' Up! Does have some inventory coming in of some items, like, for example, the Rococo Rose cardstock. Right now it's turned off, but they're going to get some inventory, and then as soon as the inventory is gone, it's gone. And I heard something about Stitched Shapes also is out of stock right now, and it's going to have another replenishment, I believe. So what I want to do tomorrow, I'm going to flip down real quick just to give you guys a heads up of what tomorrow is going to look like. I took this entire list and I went page by page. So there's 2 books. There's the beginner's brochure here. And what I did is I highlighted. You guys, I didn't even buy this set. And I didn't buy this. And now I feel I need to go buy it because I want them. I don't know where my mind was this last year, but I didn't buy 2 of these cute sets. And I have to have them. And they're on sale. This set right here for $14 is now $5.60. And the cute fruit one isn't, but hey. So what I've done is I've taken... no, not 90% is retiring in that catalog. I know it's not 90%. I promise it's not. I went through and I highlighted. So I started at page right here. So I highlighted. So what I'm planning, and I did this last year for one of the catalogs too. I wrote down if it's on sale, and we're just going to go page by page, and I'm going to tell you what's carrying over. I'm going to tell you what's retiring, so that you guys have kind of an idea. Like in this case, the bundle's retiring, but the stamp set and the punch is not retiring. And that happens quite a bit. So normally bundles are only around for the first catalog that they're in. So a lot of bundles are retiring because they're no longer going to be offered as a bundle, but you'd be able to buy the stamps and or the punch separately. So so that's why it seems like a lot is. You guys, I did it. I did print off the new baby. I printed off the new catalog in a small, very small form, not like full size. And I went through and I highlighted, and I have half of the new annual catalog based off of stuff that's carrying over, stuff that was from the holiday catalog and stuff that's from the mini. So I'm feeling good. Like it's not 90%, Denise. It sure feels like 90%, but I don't think it is. So, okay, so that's what's going on tomorrow night. Okay, so I'm going to put that aside so you guys don't have to worry about that. So, and if you don't catch it live tomorrow at 5, you can always catch the replay. So, but it'll be good. Sometimes it's easier to see that versus looking at that list and feeling overwhelmed. So, okay, I want to go through a couple of the classes that are coming up so that you know what to expect in the near future. Next, so tonight is March Paper Pumpkin, and I've been prepping kits for classes. Oh, Faye went through it and marked up the retiring. So you're on track, girl. So I have a couple classes that are coming up in the near future, and I have limited sets of cards available. I had a certain amount that registered by a certain date, and then I always over forecast by a little bit. So I want to tell everybody where I'm at with what I have for sets left for cards. And after that, hi, Crystal. And after that, I have to tell you guys no. So I'm going to flip it down and tell you the kangaroo one here. So this was the Stamparatus. Hi, Alice from Indiana. This was the Stamparatus 101 class. It's with the kangaroos. It's featuring Kangaroo and Company, 3 cards, and it's free with, I believe, a $35 order. So if you've recently placed an order and you want to cash it in for a class, you can, guys. I have gotten a bunch of orders recently because of that. So I need to check in and follow up with some of you guys to see what you want to do. But I have 2 sets of this card class, extra for kits. For next week, on Thursday night, I'm going to be live doing the art floral, you guys. They're gorgeous. Oh my gosh, I just love how beautiful these turned out. And I don't think it's 7 because I had 2 people sign up for Saturday. So I'm down to 5. I had somebody move out a Wednesday night in person. So if somebody wants to attend Wednesday night in person, they could. Saturday potential too, but otherwise I would have these as to-go versions. So, so pretty, you guys. So I do have just not even 5, I'm guessing. So if there's anybody out there that wanted to get a set of these, let me know. I can mail it. They're pretty much ready to go. Worked on that this week, and I'm planning to drop them off at the PO right after I'm done with work tomorrow. Okay, the ink paper scissors. You get 4 card kits and a goodie bag, making these 4 cards. I have 2 left. I had planned for 24 and 22 are signed up. And this one is $25 with porch pickup or $30 mailed. So this one's a fun fold right here. Hi, Francie Freeberg. Oh, Francie wants the art floral. Okay, hang on, guys. Before I forget, we're going to just write on here. Francie, we'll connect after, but I've got you down for one of the art florals. Perfect. Okay, and then for this one, I have 2 left. It contains a goodie bag, and I bought only 24 sets for the goodie bag. And so, hi, Jean Benson. So if anybody's interested in this, it's the next 2 people to sign up for this one, and then I'm going to close that one. I know I put on their registration goes through Sunday, but I have 2 spots to fill until Sunday, and after that, I'm going to have to be done. Now, this one, I've got a few more. I over budgeted by 8, and now I'm down to 7. This is for game night. I have this beautiful monstrosity of a card. It's a bigger one. It uses the Memory and More card kit, card and envelope. And then there's these. This is a fun fold right here. And so these are for game night. And these 4 at the cost is $32 for porch pickup or $40 if mailed. And you get a goodie bag with this one as well. Your goodie bag will contain ribbon and trinkets. Oh my. And linen thread. Oh my. So 7 left on this one. Again, this one goes through, registration goes through Sunday. But, so Elizabeth, what I want you to do is go to cardsbychrisb.com. And when you go there, you can go to my events calendar. At the top, there's a bunch of links for events. And this one is on April 8th. The Dragonfly game night is April 8th. The Butterfly is live on April 9th. Art Floral is live on April 1st. And the Kangaroo Stamparatus 101 is live on April 5th. You guys, I'm crazy. What is this? The 1st, the 5th, the 8th, and the 9th. Holy Moses and a half. You guys, I overdid classes, I think. So many to choose from. Hi. So, and these are like, the Art Floral was 60 and 24 and 48 and 12. Oh my goodness. So, yeah. Oh man. So thanks for sharing, Faye. So the retiring list went live, Mary, already. It went live yesterday. And I'm going to flip down again. If you guys go to cardsbychrisb.com and you go to the newsletters section. So I have the first tab is blog and newsletters. And when you go into newsletters, it'll be the second and third links down. I have an Excel and a PDF. So it's already live. You can find it on my website. For those that get emails from me, I emailed it to you guys a little bit later last night around 10 p.m. after class was finished. So never too many classes, Sandy. You're right. I love it. So Sandy, I have your prize from the sale-a-bration celebration, that little insert that's going to be mailed out with your art floral classes. So, and then the other thing is I was going to announce about the Tower Cube card, but Cheryl just messaged me and she said that 12 people are signed up. So we're capping that class at 12. So I don't think we're taking any more people to register for her Tower Cube class, but you guys want to see it, I'm sure. If you didn't see me live the other night, I showed you guys what Cheryl and Bonnie and Angie made. It's called a Tower Cube card, and it's huge. And they're doing a class on, show you the info again. Here's the info, Mary, cardsbychrisb.com. Cardsbychrisb.com. Oh, the Hydrangea Hill, Kathy. Oh, I'll show you that in a second too. So this one is closed though, guys. They're doing this one and it's not via online. It is an in-person only. 2 gals on my team, Cheryl and Bonnie, are going to be doing this fabulous class April 11th, I think. So there's that. Okay, Kathy King just asked about hydrangeas. I didn't want to inundate you guys with lots of classes, but I might as well, as long as I'm at it. So this is the monthly class for April, and this one also is a fun fold. It's an easel card. It pops up like this. And if you guys see on my website, the picture for this one is not good. The foil does not photograph very well, but in a video you can kind of see what it looks like. So that is for April monthly card making class. So that features floating and fluttering. And then I've got one that would be great for a Mother's Day or a woman's birthday or a woman's any occasion. And that's from the Wrapped Bouquet. And then we have the Friendly Flamingo. So these are for the April monthly class. You guys, I think that this is, oh man, I don't have those dates memorized yet. April 15th is this one for on a Thursday. And then Kathy King was just asking about hydrangeas, and that class is April 22nd, and I'm taking registrations for this class as ready. I'm planning for 60, and I think I have 40 some signed up already. So that class is over, it's a month away, guys. So hydrangeas are so pretty. So, okay, well, that takes us pretty much through April 22nd, guys, for all my online classes. Whew. So, all right. So, after the March paper pumpkin is put together and we do a couple alternatives, I'm going to announce who the winners of the last 3 cards were from last week. And I think that's about it. Oh, the MS benefit. So I just published, thanks Tammy, I just published the MS benefit. So if you get emails from me or if you like and follow my Facebook page, you probably saw that I published the MS card making benefit. Cheryl and Bonnie designed the cards for the benefit, and we do the event together. And so it is $25 to attend in person or get a set of completed cards porch pickup. And I think you are signed up, Kathy. Maybe not. We got to go through your April classes, Kathy. And for mailing, if you want to donate $30 for the MS benefit, we would mail your cards to you completed. So they're not going to be kits. They would be all completely stamped and assembled and put together. So as a thank you for your donation. So, oh man, you guys, that was a lot of stuff. Okay, so March paper pumpkin. Are we ready? Thumbs ups if you're ready. So I think that you guys, if you watched me do the Tip Tuesday, I kind of gave away that I opened the box so that I could show you the stencils. So there's no hidden secrets here that I already opened the box. So yep, there's that excitement. It's all gone. It's already opened up, guys. So, oh, hi, Karen Drain from Erie, Michigan. You got a storm on the way. We had an overcast, cloudy day all day today. Windy the other day, and I think that traveled your way. So, adventure continues. This is showing you guys if you have a creative crossroads with your stencil set, you should clean up your binoculars, dust off your hiking boots, and let our pretty project samples be your guide. So, I saw this, and I'm going to try to case this card for one of my alternatives tonight. So I'm going to put this right on my pile of stuff. So I don't know if you guys saw it, but if you look right there, I have 3 extra paper pumpkins. I usually get 6 on a monthly basis, and I usually end up with none within a week or 2 of the paper pumpkins. So I have those 3. They would be first come, first serve. If anybody wants them, just reach out to me with an email. That would be really good. So when I flip the camera down, my email address is there. So if you didn't get this paper pumpkin and you're looking for it, I do have a few. And shipping is generally $6. So it would be it's about $30 to send it to you because of the shipping. So, okay, let's flip this back down. Okay. Linda, you're so funny that you're not the only one that can't remember what you're signed up for. I love it. So how the paper pumpkin comes is there's always a little spot in here. It's called an ink or a Stampin' Spot, so Calypso Coral. What I do with mine is I collect them until I want to run a promotion, and then I'll give away ink spots with orders or whatnot. So I'm building up my little collection. But when you have yours at home, if you're going to use it, what you do is you just slide like a little knife or something along here, and you just tear it open, and this opens up like that. So we'll set that there. You guys, one of the things that you do want to do when you store your ink spot is store it upside down. When you store your stamp or your ink pads, the ink is already upside down. You can see that it's stored upside down. But with ink spots, if you leave them like this, the ink will generally seep down to the bottom and not stay at the surface. So when you store your ink spots, it's always good to store them upside down. In the kit, you got 4 stencils, and I gotta grab it over here. So we have the stars. I'm gonna make an alternative card tonight using the stars. Let's see if I can show that to you better. So there's the stars. That one's super cool. There's one here with the sun. I was most excited about this one. I'm not sure how it's gonna work with this like it is, but we're gonna practice together. So I'm gonna use the sun for a one too. There's some awesome clouds here. And then there's one with the mountain ranges. So I'm waiting to see somebody else do something with this so I can get inspired by it. But okay, so those are the stencils, and they also included one of these sponges. And I had mentioned in my video on Tuesday that I cut mine into quarters or to sixths, however I want to, depending on how big I want my little wedges to be. So I mentioned about the ink, so I pulled in my Calypso Coral, so I've got that there. And then you've got some stamps here. The sayings on them are pretty cool. It says, all the best for a happy, healthy, and prosperous year. That would be great for a New Year's sentiment. Congratulations, here's to you, happy birthday. There's some little birdies, some flowers, some trees, and then may your journey through life take you to many new and exciting places. So I do have a question, as long as I've got some people watching. I'm curious, who knows where that sentiment came from? Because I love it. You make the flowers smell sweeter and the sun shine brighter. I love it. So I don't know if anybody knows if that's, I thought it was going to be one of the stamps in here. I'm wondering if it's a current one that we can get right now or if it's not available until the new catalog. So I'm curious, inquiring minds want to know. Hi, Karen Wetstein. Okay, so that's where our stencils came in. I did not open the package though, you guys. So I'm blind about what we're gonna do tonight with this, but we're gonna figure it out together. Give me a thumbs up or a heart if you are putting your paper pumpkin together with me. Use pixie spray to hold your stencils on. Oh, very good idea, Denise. Pixie spray. Oh, did you guys see this? Look at the cover of the box. Oh my gosh, I love it. Tyler loved it. Tyler, my boyfriend, he is a very naturey, outdoorsy kind of guy, and he loves outdoor trees and all that good stuff. So he loved that box. Oh, I got some people making their pumpkins with me. Cool beans. So Denise, I hope that, did you get this one? I think you got the stencils. I'm curious, have you used the pixie? You said that you like to do stenciling. I'm curious if how that pixie spray, I don't even know if I know what pixie spray is. Is that like a hairspray type of thing? Okay, you guys, we get our linen thread in here. Oh, Latokia, your box was dented. Sad face. I know that's how mine last month was. I had one of mine that was super dented. You get some dimensionals. It's the baby dimensionals. So I'm still working on some of mine from last month. Okay, what else do we have here? We have some craft envelopes. So you guys, for my craft roulette, Latokia is asking too, what is pixie spray? Denise will tell us, I'm sure. So my craft roulette challenge, I got craft or tan, and I definitely use more of a tan, but you have 8 envelopes here that are craft colored. They feel like brown paper bag to me. Okay, so there's that. Oh man, these are envelope innards. You guys, oh, this is so cool. There's 4 for each card, and they go on the inside of your envelope. Francie wants to know what they are too, what pixie spray is. You guys, that's what that's all about. Okay, we'll read the instructions, but that's what that's all about. And we will keep one of each of those over by our envelopes over here. It's not hairspray. Okay, well, I didn't think it was hairspray, but I was curious what it is. I saw where someone cut them. Oh, yeah, definitely. If you don't want to use these on the inside of your envelope and you want to use them as a layer for making your cards or making a mat, that would be awesome to do as well. Okay, so you have 4 of the base here. Ay. Is this one of the new ink colors? I don't know. That's not looking like a normal color to me. Okay, so pixie spray is a light tack adhesive. You can hold down stencils and not worry about too much stick from iCraft. Okay. Oh, and Danny just sent us a link too. And you can get it at Walmart. Awesome. Okay, so now we're learning about pixie sprays, temporary spray adhesive used for stencils. Very cool. Okay, well, we've got this one base, so grab the bone folder. Yeah, so many people know what it's all about. I never had heard of pixie spray. Okay, I'm gonna grab one of these bases as well. I'm gonna put these 3 over here. So we're only gonna put one of each together so that we save a little time for doing my alternatives. Oh man. So my alternatives both use the stencils. So, okay, let's get some instructions here. And so I like to look at pictures and then try to figure it out from there. But for those that like to look at instructions, it says to stamp the sentiments on the white label, stamp the birds on the card fronts and your die cuts. Ah, Faye is right. Okay, so it's a new ink color, and this looks like Pretty Peacock. Okay. Yeah, you know, Faye, I looked at the new catalog, and I could not figure out, I couldn't remember everything. Luann said, tip, trim off the ribbon, couple inches of the envelope liner. Trim off the bottom, couple inches of the envelope liner. It's more, oh, yeah. Then you have DSB to use later. Okay, very cool. So what Luann just commented on is to cut off a little bit of the bottom of this, because when you put it inside your envelope, all you really care about, so this gets like this, like you really don't care about this portion right here. So you could cut off, what she's saying is to cut off maybe like 2 inches or even a slightly bit more. And then you can use that for some designer paper to put on the outside of a card. So that would be super cool. And then it doesn't get wasted. Okay. Back to business. Here we were reading. All right. Stamp the birds on card fronts and then the die cuts. And then it's saying wrap linen thread around the printed card front and adhere to the base with mini dimensionals. Adhere printed die cuts to the card with mini dimensionals. Okay, so that seems pretty easy. And then this last one, you can cut off 3 inches, Jean says. All right, we're going to do it. All right. Attach the nested 16 inches. Oh my gosh, you guys, we have a hairball mess here. That's what I call that, a big hairy mess. All right, I'll talk to you guys about that when we get that far. Then add a white label and glue dots, add the printed. Okay, so let's see what we got here. I like to look at the pictures now that I've read a little bit, and we'll get our pieces lined up. So these are our bases. This card mat goes on this one. All Things Fabulous. Stampin' Up has Sandy saying, Stampin' Up is a set as you make the flowers smell sweet. Oh, Sandy, we have to take a minute, not even a minute, 30 seconds. I have to see this. I think I own that set. Let's just look here. All Things Fabulous, page 121. Oh, you're so good. There it is. You're amazing. Thanks, Sandy. You make the flowers smell sweeter. If I would have found that, I would have brought that down because I want to put that on there. I think I own this set. Yay. Okay, you guys, can you relate? You don't remember everything that you have, right? I'm not the only one. So, okay. We need one of these green pieces for this one. We need a yellow for this one. And we need this one. I'm going to make the paper pumpkin cards just like they are on here. So we're not going to deviate too much. And then that one goes there. And it looks like we've got a happy birthday. Happy birthday. I'm so excited that it's a current set. And I think All Things Fabulous is carrying over to the new catalog. So that's awesome sauce. Okay, so then this guy goes... get out of there. Okay, you gotta be careful with these. The little trunks look delicate. Okay, so that one's for over here. Looks like you have a bunch of these extra. So I think it's only 4 cards, but they gave you 8 of them. So I think you're gonna have some extra pieces. Tiani says she has no clue what she has. That's hilarious. I mean, I have some sort of a clue, but I don't always remember everything all the time. Hi, Patty Spurlock. Okay. So we've got, it is carrying over. Karen just confirmed that. So we're going to do a little bit of stamping and get that out of our system first. And it says here, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, which is this one. So if you guys have your big D block, you can use that. But I always like to pull in a smaller block to accommodate the smaller stamp. And grab your piercing mat and a scratch piece of paper so that you can practice on your stamps first. We're gonna go like this. We'll pull the, you guys see I did the shark last week. We're just reusing some paper. So we got the Calypso Coral, And then whenever you use a stamp for the first time, it's always good to practice with it. There's something called conditioning stamps. It involves stamping, cleaning, all that good stuff. But I generally just stamp it a couple times just to make sure it looks good. And we're gonna stamp happy birthday. So here's a trick I have, you guys. When you are stamping white on white, that is really hard to see, the outline. And I have eyes that aren't so good anymore. And so can you see that? You can definitely see the white rectangle much better than if you would have had the white rectangle on your scratch piece. So if your scratch paper is a different color other than white, no problem. But I had to move that away so I could see, see what I was doing. Oh, that one I got a little low. So we're gonna flipper still skin that one over and go for it again. Okay, looking good. So that's happy birthday, and we're gonna clean it. I made sure my chamois was nice and hydrated. So we're gonna clean that right away. So you guys, the Champagne chamois, the cases, they carried over. Oh my gosh, it's gonna take a lot of looking through the catalog a couple times to figure out what's going and what's staying. So this other one says, here's to you. So we'll go ahead and put that on this one. Just like that. Set these back there, and we're going to stamp here's to you. See how that works on our rectangle over here. So Paper Pumpkin's not going anywhere either, guys. Paper Pumpkin is doing fabulous. They're actually gonna look at increasing offerings like Paper Pumpkin on a more regular basis. So that's super exciting. All right. Oh, and see that? I struggled a little bit checking the outline, but it worked. Okay. So it said something also about stamping some birds. So I see birds on two of the cards there. So we'll grab the birds, stamp them a couple times. So how many of you have already made your Paper Pumpkin and it's all done and you're sitting here just having fun watching? I'm curious. Let me grab a small block. So this is a little A block. I love the A block when you have baby stamps like these little birds, and it fits them much better so you don't get ink all around the edge of your block. So we'll stamp some little birds. Oh yes, Luann, definitely. You could grab your Stamparatus foam mat. That's perfect. The other thing too, guys, I have, I've heard, so this is my mouse pad. It's actually a Stampin' Up, and it's a foam mat as well. So I've heard if you don't have a foam mat, like the Stamparatus foam mat or this foam mat, you could use your mouse pad if you want. So, Patty, which is this, what are you referring to? This is the one I wish I had. Are you talking about the Paper Pumpkin, or are you talking about something else? So this little bird is on the yellow piece right here. And let's make sure their wings are flapping the right way. Not that they're upside down, because that would be something I would do too. So Susan, the first Paper Pumpkin came out, they started it March of, I don't know if Jennifer's watching. It was 8 years ago, I think. I think that's what we determined. It was 8 years ago. So let's back up. So 2001, and then like 2013, I could be off a year or two, but it's been about 8 years that they've been having Paper Pumpkin on a monthly basis. Patty, I have this Paper Pumpkin. You have to reach out to me, Patty. I got 3 of them, okay? Extra. So I'm looking for homes for them, Patty. So I would have extra. If you want a Paper Pumpkin, just reach out to me and we'll figure out the details. Oh, Francie, the Stamparatus foam mat is being discontinued. You're correct. I saw that. So, but this piercing mat I think is still available. Jean, you just asked about the scavenger hunt. Girl, you know that there's a scavenger hunt for every catalog. So the question is, when is this one gonna make it? So you guys, I printed off the catalog. I really did. I'm that one. I asked Tyler last night, I said, out of 56,000 demonstrators, how many demonstrators printed off the catalog yesterday? and his thought was like 50. So that was just a guess. But yes, I printed it off. But when we get our big catalogs, demonstrators who participate in the On Tour event get our catalogs within the next 2 weeks. And as soon as I can see the big paper copy, that's when I'll be able to roll through it and create all the questions. So yes, there will be a scavenger hunt coming for the new catalog, guys. There definitely will be. So, all right, back to the program. Hi, Margaret. All right, so we've got our birds stamped. We've got our words stamped. I would definitely put some trees. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, so these trees look awesome. And I know that the paper pumpkin doesn't include Pretty Peacock ink, but that's what let's see where I can find my Pretty Peacock. Right here. I'm gonna grab my Pretty Peacock ink and we're going to stamp some Pretty Peacock trees on the inside. So you guys, if you've shopped with me personally, oh, perfect, Kim, 2013, that was my guess. Okay, and I thought it was April, but it could definitely, I thought it was March, but it could have been April. So the new catalog's coming out. I can order them next week. I think April 1st or something like that. And, oh, I don't know if I like Pretty Peacock for trees. Oh, it'll be okay. I think I should have picked Shaded Spruce, but this will work. So I always like to decorate something in the inside. And so we're going to put a couple trees in here. So for those people that have, customers that have purchased from me in the last 6 months to a year or so, what I do is I track all that so I know who's bought from me and who needs catalogs. And what I do is I order them all personally to ship to me. And then I add my schedule and I add a wish list and I then mail them out to you. I don't have them sent directly from Stampin' Up! Because I like to insert and put in some paperwork like the teacher in me likes to do. So there we've got some trees going on. Yes, Patty. Oh, you want to make alternatives. That's awesome. Yes, I know. So that's the awesome thing about Paper Pumpkin is you can be as creative as you want to be with them. So the catalogs, I'll be ordering them next week. And then probably, oh, if I have them in time, well, April 1st is, I think, you know, if I order them April 1st, you guys, and I can do 2-day shipping and get them, for those of you that are doing game night with me, I'll see if I can include them in with your game night packages. Wouldn't that be awesome? I don't have to see if I can coordinate that. Okay, that's, my mind is thinking. Okay, so we've got our stamping done. Now it's a little bit of assembly. So we were talking about, so this guy goes here. Okay, so it's got some linen thread wrapped around, and I think that's hiding back here. Oh, you guys are awesome too, Danny. Okay, so this one, it looks like it's got the twine wrapped around 3 times. So I don't like to wrap twine around because the part that's in the middle here would be wasted. So I don't do it like that. And I think if you guys have been, some of you have been watching me, you'll know what I'm gonna do here. I put tear and tape down on the sides like this. And then I look for my loose end of my linen thread. And it's right about here. So I put one end, oh, I might have gone too high with my tear and tape. Oh man, hang on guys. We're gonna do that a little bit lower. Oh, okay, Faye just said that the Stamparatus Deluxe foam mat is in the new catalog. That's perfect. So it said, she said that that's the one with the grid and the foam mat when you flip it over. Randy's birthday is April 1st. Oh, Randy, you'll have a birthday card, I think, coming in the mail. If I have you in my, if I knew that was your birthday, I'll have to look and check. Okay, so what I did is I put my tail down on one end, and then I weave it around, and then I weave it right back. So I just made a loop over here, and then I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. We're gonna make a loop and just come right back. So so you guys see it's called ribbon conservation. All right, then you attach it, grab your scissors, and you can just trim it. So I've used a lot less ribbon or twine because I didn't use that section here. So you guys, I gotta double check, but let's see I have some paper here. Anne and Randy, you guys, I just gotta make a side note. So I do a birthday card club to my customers and my team, and who I have to just write this down. I want to make sure I've got, so I have all my April birthday cards ready to go out, but I want to make sure that you two are included. Oh man, there we go. You guys, the tear and tape is a really sticky product. Okay, hi Linda. Okay, so then what I do is I put the tear and tape right over the top of it again. Thanks for sharing, Linda. And that creates my tear and tape, my ribbon sandwich. Grab your liquid glue. Now, they might have popped this up with dimensionals, but I think I'm gonna keep it simple and just put it flat. And just a little glue right through the middle. Yes, it is a great way to save ribbon. I do the same thing with paper whenever possible. If I can cut out the middle, if it's easy enough to like die cut out something or cut it a certain way that I don't use it, don't waste it, then I like to do that. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is it. So there's these 3 happy birthdays and then one goes over the top and one is here and one is there. So that's all we got going on. Yes, Leslie, I saw that it's being reformatted. So yep, it's on the discontinued list, but it's also in the new catalog. Hi, Dawn. Okay, so for this one right here, because you have the twine here and I'm putting this over the top of it. Hi, Kathy Jackson. I would normally use dimensionals, but because there's ribbon here, I feel like I'd want to create a track so that my dimensionals are on the, like the top and the bottom or above and below the ribbon. And it's such a tight little fit here. So I think I'm not gonna pop it up with dimensionals. What I'm gonna do is take my tear and tape and I'm gonna put a little bit of tear and tape right down the middle of this. Tear and tape is super, super sticky. If you guys wanna do some dimensionals, you can go for it. But I was just going to put this, well, let's see, right over the top of that one. Gotta get it straight though. Just like that. Okay, and then press it good. Then these, so it looks like in the picture they popped up the middle one, but I think I'm just gonna keep them all flat. But for this next one, I'm definitely gonna go and revert to the liquid glue. That is my adhesive of choice. But liquid glue with linen thread, liquid glue with any kind of ribbon is not so good. It does not like to dry so good, and it makes it really weird. So we're just popping these guys on like that. Now, if you're a person that likes things kittywampus and crooked, you could have altered or made them at a slant. I mean, the card can be made any different way. I think I like things straight up and down, left and right. So I stuck with it just like that. And that's what we got, guys. All right. Nothing too crazy here. So you could find a sentiment at home that would fit for here in case, I don't know if there's, oh, all the best for a happy and healthy. Oh, there we go. You guys, that one's a perfect sentiment for in a birthday card here. So let's go and finish this because somebody is going to win this card for next week and we might as well have it finished and complete for them. So I'm going to pull out the peacock ink again. Just, oh, you know what? We've got peacock trees. So that means we're going to go with coral. So grab the Calypso coral and we got some peacock there. We're gonna just practice real quick on here. Perfect. That is a great sentiment for a birthday card. And I actually thought it would be great for a New Year's card too. But it says all the best for a happy and healthy and prosperous year. All right, so there's one card done. Got that. Gotta bring that right back in. All right, then this other one says here's to you. And let's clean this real quick. We're going to assemble this one. See what we got going on. Okay, over here. We got some layers. I think that the top 2 are popped up. The trees are, I'm going to definitely pop the trees up. So they gave us some little baby dimensionals and they're perfect for these little areas. So I'm going to put a couple of them on the back of this to prep it. And I think that, thanks Diane. So I'm gonna grab my glue scissors and we're gonna cut that in half. And we're gonna put one over here. So you guys know that you can cut your dimensionals to be whatever size you want. That is okay to make them. Oh, nothing to Stella. Yeah, that's not right. We'll pull out the Stella pen. Hang on. Un momento, por favor. Okay, so we're going to do a one there, and for good measure, I'm going to put one little guy right up there. Okay, we got to bring this back. What can we Stella? We can Stella the trees or berms, whatever they be, and then our clouds. So yes, Luann, good idea. Stella it up. I just rejuvenated her, so I know you guys can't see it, but I can definitely see it. So there, we Stella that card good. Okay, so then this one, pick off all your little pieces. And then that looks like Stella on the clouds. Good call, Jennifer. Yep, you got it, girl. And pick off all these little dudes. Yep, Tammy said the clouds too. I love it. All right, then this goes down. Let's see here. I'm trying to eyeball it. That looks something like that. Oh, I lost one. Hang on, guys. It fell and it stuck to my finger. Okay, try it again. I should have measured it. It is exactly, it's about exactly the same distance. Okay, so we're gonna go right here with it. And then just make sure that when you set your trees down, that they are going up and down. I mean, they can be blowing in the wind a little bit, but this one then has dimensionals. This has dimensionals. Here's to you has dimensionals. I'm going to show you hi Sandy. I'm going to show you my little trick that I do with the rat's nest. I am not so good with hi Gwen, the rat's nest of twine. Oh, it actually makes my heart like beat faster, I think. So, because it never looks so good. It looks like just a big hairy mess. So that's why I call it a big hairy mess. So our green one is ready to go. You guys, this is one of probably the easiest paper pumpkins here. Okay, so we've got that ready. And this one, it's off to the side, like that. The trick with putting these down is don't squish them good until you know they're exactly where you want them. And then once you know where you want them, then go like that. Hi, Carol Lee. And then we've got our here's to you and our green piece. We're gonna just glue this flat because, thanks for sharing, Sandy. It's easier to glue this one flat. And then it has some, because everything else is popped up except for like the print on here is flat. So this will be good to have it flat. All right, now this twine, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's showing here that it's rolled up like this and on the back. So I have a hard time with that just because it never looks good. Hi, Amy. So I'm going to take a piece of tear and tape and I'm going to prep it on the back of this label. And now there's two ways you can do this. One is to wrap it around your fingers. The bigger the circle, the more fingers you use. So if you only want 2, it would be a smaller circle like that. If you want 3 fingers, it would be, for me, about that size. Okay? If you have a bigger area, you could use 4 fingers. So depending on where you want the twine to be coming out or how big, so that's how you can make a circle. I think I'm going to come back and do that for mine. But another way you could do it is, now that you have the tear and tape on here, you could just weave it back. Oh, I might go this route too. You could, let's see here. I don't want that big of a hoop though. Hang on. So because the tear and tape is there, it's going to stay exactly where you put it. So you just keep going around in a circle until you get it how you want it. And every time I'm going around, I'm trying to grab a new spot where there's tear and tape. Because if you keep going over the same spot, it won't stick anymore. And this actually seems to be working quite fine for me. I don't mind this now. Because I'm live in front of you, it's actually, I think, working. So you can see it's not so crazy to do this kind of twine. Okay, look at that. Look at that nice circle. Oh my goodness, I don't know if you guys can see that. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna do just a couple more. So one on the bottom here, and I'm just gonna squeeze it right in between one of these. and then one more right there. Okay, that wasn't so bad. But the whole thing with the scissors works good too. Not the scissors, your fingers. Hi, Dar. Okay, so there we go. We've got like a lasso wrapped around here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do to make this stick though, I don't want that coming apart on me. But if I put tear and tape over the whole thing again, dimensionals won't stick. So I'm gonna rip off a little piece to cover up where my twine is, like that. But if I try to put a dimensional over the top of that wax paper, it's not gonna stick. So I'm gonna put a dimensional in the middle, on the end, and then on the end. Hi, Deborah. So then pick these off, and where that linen thread in the middle is providing a little bit of extra kind of support so it doesn't sag down. So that is gonna go off to the side over here. And you know what? I'm not even gonna put one on this side. I'm gonna leave it with just the tear and tape there because my tree is popped up a little bit. So I don't need to have it popping more. So I'm gonna go just like that. And then that should stick to my tree on that side. So had I left that dimensional there, it would have kind of gone at an angle up. So I left it just like that. Stella, okay, so let's Stella the Sun here. And we'll draw some of the lines coming out. Yes, the tear and tape is awesome, Dawn. I don't know if it's on, hi Kelly. I don't know if the Tarantine was discounted. I think it's still $7, and I think it's $7 in the new catalog as well. But yes, it's going to be pretty much the same concept for the tear and tape. It's like a double-sided tape that you can use as single-sided tape, just like I did right in the like here. I just used it as single-sided tape. All right, that wasn't so crazy hard. Like that was pretty simple. I like it. Okay, so those are 2 of the 8 cards. We're not done yet. We're gonna do the envelopes. So we were just talking about these insides that we don't need to use the whole thing. And a couple gals said 3 inches could be cut off. So let's see where our 3 inches are. Hi, Audrey from Iron River, Wisconsin. Woohoo. So there's our 3 inches. I think we are safe to do the same thing, cut off 3 inches. So let me grab my baby trimmer. So this, I should have thought of this earlier too, because this would have been great to use for an alternative card. It's awesome. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing on this one. We're gonna save it. The twine circle reflects nicely. Yeah, yes, the twine was perfect on there. It kind of a circle with a circle. I love it, so good. Okay, so I'm gonna save this for something else in the future. And we're gonna go ahead and, I don't know if there's an easier way to do this, but I think I'm gonna use the tape runner for this one. I'm not usually a tape runner kind of person, but the paper is kind of thin. This designer paper is a little thin, and I don't want the glue to get weird with it. And the only thing is now I gotta be very, very careful when I put this in here. Then I gotta get it straight, because otherwise it doesn't like to wiggle around. Okay, I think that'll work good. Just like that. All right, and there we go. So that must go with this one, and then we'll do that for the other one. We're gonna try glue on the other one. This one, the struggle is real for me with the Stampin' Seal, I'll be honest with you guys. Okay, so this other one, we're gonna grab this. We're gonna try the liquid glue and see what happens. Just thin. You don't need to put gobs and gobs of liquid glue. So just a little bit like that. This is what I love about the liquid glue, guys. When you are ready to put it where you want it, just slide it in, and then you can wiggle it around exactly where you want it. And you can see that the struggle was a lot less for that one. So this Stampin' Seal is pretty strong, Kathy. There's one that's called Stampin' Seal Plus that is supposed to be more for like 3D projects and boxes and putting that kind of stuff together. But I find that I can accomplish anything stamping related with these 4 adhesives: my tear and tape, my mini glue dots, my dimensionals, and my liquid glue. Those are my like poisons of adhesives that I accomplish wonderful missions with. Stampin' Seal, I have a hard time with it to go flat. It must be something with my wrist. I have it here just for certain things. Like I tried it with that. But the Stamp and Seal Plus is an even stronger permanent bond. And it just goes to show everybody likes different things. And so they have this option available for people who love tape runner, and they have liquid glue available for people who like the liquid glue. And I convert people one person at a time to liquid glue. Once you learn how to use the liquid glue, and that you learn dot, dot, not a lot, and less is best, then you generally are a happy camper with the liquid glue. Yeah, tear and tape, liquid glue, dimensionals, and mini glue dots. Okay, so here we go, girls and boys. We've got very pretty. So these are our paper pumpkin cards. So for those at home that are working on this, you would make 4 of this one, and you would make 4 of this one, if you want to keep it exactly like it is. But if you're like Patty and she likes to think outside the paper pumpkin box, you could use some of your extra pieces like this, and you could make alternative cards. And I'm going to make a couple alternative cards for you tonight that actually don't use any of the extra pieces. Like in the past, what I've done is I've cut up some of the stuff, but what I'm going to do tonight is bring in extra paper and other stamp sets and use the stencils with it. So let's get this cleaned up a little bit. Thanks, Anne. So next week I'll have a drawing, or I'll have announce the winners for these 2 cards. Later on, after we're done with the alternatives, I've got these 3 cards that I'll be announcing who the winners are. Got 3 lucky ladies were drawn for them. Oh yeah, they could definitely be sympathy cards. Absolutely. Okay, so what do we got here? I'm gonna get rid of these things over here. We're gonna get rid of this. I don't know what to expect here, guys. I've got stuff in my mind. You know, I had opened this up, and I had a little time to think about what I wanted to do, but I don't have it all done and figured out in my head. So I brought down a couple different ribbons. So I've got the Bumblebee gingham ribbon, which is retiring. The Just Jade. So there was the flowers for every season. There was a ribbon combo pack. So there was some Just Jade gingham in there. So I brought those 2. Pulling in Just Jade and Bumblebee. And I've got the flowers for every season, the gems that we might put on. Okay, we're not using these stencils, but we are going to use the sadu. Where did it go? Hang on. Maybe we will use some of those. I have here, I'm featuring the flowers for every season here. So, or celebrate sunflowers. And then I pulled in, look at this, you guys, I did find this one. You are my sunshine. Sunshine. So, you guys, the one thing I gotta find is the mask with the star. So, or not the star. I have the stars. So I have this one. I'm looking for, if you guys see it, let me know. Oh, there it is. It made it all the way to the bottom of the pile underneath the chamois. Okay, that's what I was looking for. So I had mentioned earlier that I wanted to try to case this card right here. But I believe that is a new ink color as well, this purpley color right here. And so I want to do a card similar to this, but I'm going to be using more Just Jade and Bumblebee. Okay, so the paper pack that I pulled in, this paper here. Hi, Bonnie. This is the Flowers for Every Season pack of paper. It is retiring. So if you need to get your hands on that, do that. This ribbon's also retiring, a lot of that. This stamp set, though, I saw is not retiring. So you can get that next catalog as well. So I have here, let's see what I have. I have a Just Jade card base, 8.5 by 5.5. I didn't score it because it's the hamburger style, so I didn't need to score it. In that case, then I gotta be a little bit more precise about my corners. I'm gonna burnish the edge here. Then I pulled in some Bumblebee. So Bumblebee is 4 by 5.25. Now, we don't use this very much, but, and you guys, I don't know if you can see the difference there. So this is shimmery white cardstock, and this is basic white cardstock. And it's so hard to see it in the camera, but up close, there's little bits of sparkly fairy dust all over this. Thanks for sharing, Victoria. So all over this, it's like a little sparkly. So I've got a 4 by 5.25 that'll be for our inside. And then I pulled out the shimmery white. So again, this is the card I'm going off of. And that is, so far, that's what I've got. And I'm picturing that the sunburst is gonna be up here, and we're gonna grab the Bumblebee ink with the blending brush. I've got a strip of paper here, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna stamp "Let's Celebrate You" on it, and go, and that's where that fabulous stamps, that's probably way upstairs. My green here though is gonna be on the bottom, and I didn't cut it yet. I'm trying to figure out here, do I want to go all the way to the edge? No, I want the yellow to show. So my white is 3 13/16, and so I'm gonna cut it there. Let's get my little guy here. So 3 13/16 wide. Okay, so that goes over here. And then the question is, how high do we go up? And do I want those guys to be, oh, I almost had it upside down because, yep, that was almost upside down. So this is gonna go right about here. So I'm gonna just measure real quick, you guys. This is what it's like to create and design cards. I don't do that in front of you guys very much. I know other demonstrators go through the whole process of cutting and die cutting and stamping, and I generally just like to show it to you and how to put it together. So this will be good for people who are newer to stamping, so that you know what it's like to, you gotta cut the paper. Paper doesn't come all set up in the kits like I provide to you. That it takes somebody to do that. So we're gonna do this one. Let's see here. This will be, so I made it the same size as the white piece here. I might have to trim off a hair off the side. I always have, sometimes I have to do that. And then I like that I don't have white down there. I am actually gonna see the yellow border. And then one of these strips is gonna go here. And I cut this straight across the top just because. And what is the size of the front white sheet? Dawn, it's, this sheet right here is 3 13/16 by 5 1/16. Yep. So basically my mat, I work in 16th. I know not everybody does. So if you have 4, what I did is I took 3/16 off. So that gives you 3 13/16. If you don't like to work in 16ths, you can make it 3 3/4, which would be, or you can make it 3 7/8. So, but it's 3 13/16 by 5 1/16. I took off 3/16 off of 2 sides off of here. So, all right, that's the size for the shimmer paper. Then this one I did like 3 13/16 by like 3 1/4. But what I plan to do on here is at some point I will cut this at a diagonal when I have a better idea of how I want to do this, because that will need to get cut off. Okay, you're very welcome. So we're gonna do our stenciling though. So we're gonna see how this works. My first concern with this was this right here, how it's loose. You can't really tape that down. I know we talked about pixie dust. This girl doesn't have pixie dust here right now. And I'm going to try to wing it and see if I can do it with winging it. Just see what happens. So just to make sure. Oh, you guys, Barbara sent me 150 stars. Those, I don't know if I've ever gotten stars before. Thank you. That's awesome. So I'm going to take my tear and tape, and I am just going to try to tape this down so I don't have it wiggle all over the place for me. So we're going to do this as just a security blanket for me. Get that so it's positioned. And then this, I want to figure out how high I want the ball of my sun. So what I'm going to do is grab this paper here, and the ball needs to come down a little bit further so it's kind of coming out of the horizon. But I also have to remember I'm going to have this strip of paper right here. So I'm thinking that will be good right here. And we're going to tape this guy down too. Pixie spray. Yes, Luann. Pixie spray, not pixie dust. So that was funny. Yep, I did say that. I'm sure I did say pixie dust. Okay, so you have to be careful too with your tear and tape or whatever you use for taping down your paper. Not that you tape it too tight and then it rips your paper, because that has happened to me too with tear and tape. This is just an old tear and tape that's probably 10 years old that I'm trying to use up. No rhyme or reason to that. Okay, blending brush, you guys. They are carrying over to the new annual catalog, and I'm telling you that they are I did not see them. You guys might correct me for those demonstrators that are watching. I don't think they came out with the sponges went away, and I don't think they have the sponge daubers. I didn't see them, but correct me if I'm wrong because I love the sponge daubers. So, blending brush. This is a brand new one. I'm playing with it, guys. It's so soft. So what I'm going to do is dip in here, and I'm going to dip off to the side because it gets really thick right away. And I'm going to work my way onto the paper. I'm not going to worry about the bottom half, but that would be a good place to start because if you start at a spot that's getting covered up, then you can see what's happening. My thought process is I'm going to work my way to the middle so that I'm not going against the grain and possibly bringing them backwards with me. So I'm going to start down here. Oh man, it's wiggly. How many of you have used this die or the stencil? I don't know if anybody pulled it out and started to use it, but I'm trying not to, I'm practicing down here is what I'm doing down here. I'm wondering if I just go like that. I'm pulling it into the center is what I'm trying to do. I'm practicing down at the bottom just to get a feel because I feel like it wiggles. But you guys, the Pixie, hi Judy, Emma, the Pixie spray would probably be the best bet for this to make sure it doesn't go all over. Hi Mary. So I'm going to pull this one in this way. It's going to look fabulous when it's all done. I can promise you that. If I don't have a sponge dauber, what can you use? So Dawn, they're not pushing, but they're moving people to the blending brushes because the blending brushes just cover so much better. I know that the blending brushes are out of stock right now. They did show that they were supposed to be coming in around March 29th. But if you guys have been watching the news at all about the port congestions that have been experienced lately, stuff is sitting everywhere and Stampin' Up! Is experiencing that same pain of product not coming in when it should be. So if you don't have the blending, if you don't have a blending brush and you don't have a sponge dauber, then I would definitely use something like the sponge. Just cut it into a smaller piece so it's easier to maneuver or MacGyver around on here. Okay, I feel like I'm getting there. I'm trying not to move the stencil very much. Oh, a makeup sponge would work. Perfect, Sandy, good idea. Yep, makeup sponges. So I definitely would think and agree with you on that one. Yep, Robin just said the same thing. You guys are awesome. Helping each other here. This is great. Yes, you could stick a small circle in the middle just to do the raise. Yep, that would work too. Oh, I can just hold this down too. Look at that. Okay, so this works too. I'm just holding this. I'm going to go back and give them a little more color. So the one thing about stenciling and coloring, I think most people know, is you can always add more, but you can't go back and take it away. So it's less is best, and you can always add more. So I'm going to hold this over here too, because that is nice for holding it down. You guys, I'm going to go, how many of us are going to go get some pixie dust now? Okay, we're going to try the middle here. See what happens. Of course, I had to pick the hardest stencil to demonstrate for you guys live. But that's how we roll around here, right? I'm excited for taking the mask off. That is going to be my moment here that I'm looking forward to the most. So I'm going to go back right here on this one and get that a little darker. I have no idea at this point if this area, how much of this is getting covered up. All right. How does it look, guys? Does it look really bright and sunshiny to you? Okay, here we go. I think we're just gonna go with this now and see what happens. Just one more for good measure here. Okay, I'm gonna say the crowning moment here is gonna be when I take this stencil off. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, when we're done with the program, the show, I'm gonna take and run this underneath the faucet and let all the water drip out of it. Oh yes, Sandy, you know me. You figured me out from day one, I think, that I am a little bit of a perfectionist, but I can learn to let things go too when I need to. All right, guys, here it is. I'm going to save this one for the next, where am I going to stick this? Oh man, right here. We're going to save that for the next one. All right, Here we go, drum roll. Let's see what happens here. Take that guy off. Let's see how it turned out. Boom. Look at that stuff. Okay. That turned out really nice. And it really wasn't that much work. So this guy's all full of ink all over. So go wash him underneath the water in the sink whenever you are done with your project or working on it. So let's see. I picked yellow for Bumblebee for behind because I really thought that oh, I love the sun. I thought that that would really make that look like more sunshiny behind it. And then we've got the Just Jade. And I think that by putting this in here, it's going to pull it all together. Again, you guys, this is the card that I was working on casing right here. So I'm kind of going for that concept. Now, the diagonal in our sentiment. So let's grab, I want to do Let's Celebrate You. And let's see how big that is. Because I thought that that would look really nice across here diagonally. Yeah, that sun is awesome, isn't it? It's so cool. Look at that close up. Yep, and that turned out awesome. And so what we're going to do, let's grab a block here. I'm going to go for Just Jade for this. And so the trick, you guys remember with the ink pads, if you open them up that way, so with the flipper open on this side, that works good. And we're going to do Just Jade on here. And let's make sure that I have enough. Oh yeah, that's plenty. Okay, so I'm going to try to stamp this right in the middle. I'll practice down here to see if it looks straight. Looks good. Hi, Melissa. Okay. Right about there. Melissa, did you I thought you participated in the customer swap for the month of March. Did you? I think you did. If you did, I don't know, did you turn your cards in? Because today's the due date. So I think I'm waiting on yours, and Lisa Lewis's are in the mail. They should have arrived yesterday, but they are in transit. So I'm going to clean this right away, guys. Hi, Irma. All right. Yes, it's a great bright. You guys know I love the sun. I love hugs and sunshine and love. So as much of that we can get, the better, right? Okay, so I'm still contemplating in my head how I'm going to do the diagonal. I think I'm just going to wing it. And we're going to cut off about I'm going to go like this. This is just me being guessing. Something like that. And did you guys ever, it's not rocket science, right? And then this guy is going to go something like that. All right. Oh, the ribbon. Okay, there's ribbon on here in my head. The question is, what ribbon did I want to use? That's going to be Just Jade, and it's going to be sneaking out from underneath a little bit. Or do we go with the Bumblebee? I feel like Just Jade. I think that I like that idea. So what I'm going to do is glue this down, because I think that, oh, look at that back side of this. Misty Moonlight polka dots on the back. And we're going to line that up here. And if we're hanging over the edge, we're okay. We can just take our paper snips and snip it, but we're good. So how am I going to do this? I feel like the ribbon's going to end here. Joe, you guys picked Just Jade too. Awesome. We're on the same wavelength. I love it. So it shows up a little bit more, right? So I'm trying to figure out how. Okay, I have an idea. So on the edges of your dimensionals, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut myself 2 strips. Okay, and then that one will go like that. Yeah, I'm going to angle it enough. That's my plan. So I'm going to put this up here, and I'm going to put one along the bottom. And I'm only going to take off, don't worry about the extra overhang, we're going to be fine. What I'm only going to do is I'm only taking off the top one, and we're going to put this on here just with the top one. And I'm centering this now as best I can at an angle, remember? So I'm going to match up like one of the rays of the sunshine here. So just like that. Now, by only doing the top of it, I have room, you guys, to sneak it on the bottom. I think we did this in class last week. So grab the tear and tape, and we're going to prep the tear and tape on the back here. so that the ribbon has something to stick down on. And I think we're gonna put a bow on here as well. So now that we've got that prep, now we can slide this underneath here so that a little bit is peeking out. You guys like that out? That was very up there, hey. All right, so then trim the ends off of this. We're gonna secure it more with some tear and tape on the back to make our little ribbon sandwich, just like that. And we're gonna trim off so grab your paper scissors. Now we can trim that off. Boom. See, that worked. There's a method to my madness. Now we got our ribbon there. We're gonna put a nice bow right on the end here, and we're going to glue this down though. I think that we're at a point where we can do that. So you gotta think smarter, not harder, when you're putting cards together. So many times you might have tried to figure out putting the ribbon on first. Oh, you guys, we're not done, because this right here, you peel that off, and now it sticks right to that ribbon. So I was saying, think smarter, not harder. So many times you would have to try to figure out where to put the ribbon, but what was most important was this being put on the way that you wanted it. So that so your ribbon, you want your white banner thing to dictate where it goes, where the ribbon goes, not where the ribbon goes first. So that's gonna go on here, just like so. And then we're going to glue this onto our Just Jade. So these are two of the ink colors that are carrying over, Just Jade and Bumblebee, along with Misty Moonlight, Magenta Madness, and then Cinnamon Cider. All right, so far so good. I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. Bow maker, guys. You guys, I just got an order in for more bow makers. I got down to my very last one, and now I have 30 more coming. How big of a bow? That's too big. But I do want to do a double bow. I think I like double bows a lot. So I wrapped it around there twice, under, and then over. Nice and flush here. And then where I'm tying it now is the back of the bow. And then the front will be that nice smooth area in the front. Ribbon, scissors, please. Scalpel. And get that out of here. So more bow makers are on the way. I just sent out 3 of them this week. So if anybody ever needs bow makers, I'm your bow maker girl. I have a girl who has a guy. And that's how that works. He likes wood crafting, and he makes these bow makers. So, all right. So I always flip another trick I have here for my tape is I flip the end over so it's like a little tab. And I know that's not the easiest thing to think to do, but if you have a tab, then it's really easy to take it off. All right. So I know I've got a hot mess of crazy underneath here, so let's just cover this up so it looks prettier. So I've got my double bow. So when you do a double bow, sometimes you'll have to pull your bunny ears out like that, and sometimes you can make it so the center is a little more centered. That's gonna go on the side here, just like that. Glue dots. Oh, I love it, guys. I had this in my head. I didn't know how it was gonna work. I'm so excited that that stencil worked good. Okay, so one glue dot was in the middle. Now, this ribbon is a little wobbly under there, so I'm actually going to take my pick tool, grab a little glue dot, and put it underneath the ribbon. So now it's gonna be super secure. Then, now you see how my tail's all crazy? If you like that, go for it. I'm not a fan. I like to have my bows go or my tails go where I want them. So I stuck another glue dot right there. And then what I do last is I will trim my tails just like that. Nice, nice, love it. Okay, then I did grab, you guys are gonna love it, the flowers for every season. You guys, that is not ink. I got my hand pinched between 2 tables, and sorry, that's a blood blister that needs to heal, so don't look at that. But there's flowers for every season gems here, and they are gonna look really nice on here. So these are harder to work with okay, so they're great for shaker cards. They would, for that jar set, they were great on the bottom of the jar for shaking, but they don't have adhesive on them though. So how I do the adhesive, you could either cut your glue dots smaller or use micro glue dots. Like even these right here are kind of small enough for that to work for a glue dot, but that's a lot of rigmarole. So I grab my liquid glue and I'm gonna put, I don't know, I'm gonna put one here. So I'm just putting a little dot of liquid glue. And what does our picture have? Just, I'm curious. It's got one there, one there. Okay, just was curious what I've got going on. So I'm gonna put one there. We're gonna put one up there. Just putting a little dot of liquid glue. We're gonna go right there too. Now, this is where the take your pick tool, it does you some justice and good. It's got a little putty end to it, and you can pick up your gems with that putty end, and then I put my nail on it to hold it while I'm securing it, and then we could put a little clear one there. Oop, just get right back there, little guy. And then we're gonna find this one right here. That can go right there. All right, so the putty helps to pick that up so you don't have to use your nails or whatever, scissors. Okay, all right, let's get these covered up. I'm always afraid that they're gonna go flying across the room. But, oh man, wait for it. Stella. We're gonna Stella our sun. And if we need a little bit more. So what I did, for those that are new to Stella, there's two little sides here that say push, push and push. And what, you don't do it over your project. Did you see I went off to the side and I did it? I generally go over my hand and squeeze, and more of it comes down the barrel. And that's how you rejuvenate Stella. If you go to the video section in the Cards by Christine Facebook page and you type and search for Stella, Kelly, my marketing gal and cousin, good friend, has been in my life since she's been born. She did a video on how to rejuvenate Stella. So there we go. So when you're done with Stella though, and you want to just wipe her out to make sure that she doesn't have residual color. Okay, guys. Boom! I love it. Oh my God, I'm so excited. It's so pretty. I like it better than this one even. I don't know. I think I did stenciling better on than they did. Theirs is a little wishy-washy. Not to compare, but oh my gosh, I think I would be very happy to get this card in the mail. Oh, I didn't finish it though. You guys wait, we're not done. Oh, you know what, it would have been so cool if they had a sun in that stamp, but we're gonna stamp here on the inside. You are my sunshine. Sunshine. Okay, that's a pretty big one. I might have to get a D block for that. Hang on. Let's see here if this, oh yeah, that'll work. So we're gonna go like this, and we're gonna just fit it on here. Oh, Sandy, you got to rejuvenate your Stella. Awesome. Okay, so let's bring the card back. We'll set it here. So I'm going to stamp the You Are My Sunshine in the Just Jade. And now I took away my piercing mat because I'm using a red rubber stamp. And I'm going to wing it and just go for it and not practice first and just see once what happens. We're going to put that right there, and that worked good. All right, perfect. Okay. So that's the Just Jade. The little thing, there's a little heart here that would be amazing in yellow. So I have my Bumblebee ink over here, and we don't do this very often, but, and I know Kelly hates doing this, but I love doing this. I don't love it, but I don't mind. I don't mind squishing my ink in my cover to color. So they have something called a blender pen. I don't know if they're carrying these over or not, but you just dip in your cover and you can color in the little heart so it looks like sun. And then what you do when you're done with your blender pen is you just wipe out the color. You can take a wet wipe and clean that up if you are so inclined. Okay, let's glue this in here. Oh, I'm so happy that you were able to watch it, Irma. That sun was, I'll tell you, it wasn't the easiest, but it wasn't the hardest either. I think holding down, so holding it down here while I did over there helped a lot. There we go. All right, so then you open it up and it looks like that. You are my sunshine. Sunshine. Okay. That's one card, guys. I still have one more to do. If you want me to do another one, I'll do another one. Just give me a second to get all my shenanigans here cleaned up. If you guys want me to do another one, give me some hearts or thumbs up. when I see them come through, I'll know that you're not done watching and you're not ready to go do something else. And we'll go ahead and do another card. And I wanted to use my the star stencil for the next one. So, oh, you guys want me to do another one? Perfect. Okay, so we'll put this away. This is done. This is, oh, hang on. This one needs to go in here. Okay, you guys want me to do more. I'll get this all cleaned up and we'll do the next one. So that basically didn't use anything. I really just wanted to show you guys the stenciling, how to use the stencils. Okay, this is done. That's done. That's done. These guys here. All right, put that there. Now, the next card. Oh, I love it, you guys. It's just, when you make a card and you're very happy with how it turned out, don't you just want to stare at it? Sorry. That's how I feel about that card. I'm going to have to set that like right here so I can keep looking at it, right? Okay, so next we're going to do stenciling. Are you guys okay with this sheet or should I grab a new sheet so it's not so messy? I was like, I don't know if it's too much to look at or not. Okay, you guys, I'm so sad. I don't think that they're bringing back the frost white shimmer paint or the champagne one. You guys can help me remember, but I don't think it was in the catalog, the new one. So I have done a little die cutting. I'm gonna set that there. I'm gonna be using 4 blender brushes for this card, you guys. Oh yes, 4 of them. Let's get that out of the way. Let's put you back over here. 4, 1 for the shimmer paint. I already have here, this is die cut. This is gonna be my window. And just to show you what I brought in here, I'm going to be using Mountain Air. You guys, I forget about the annual catalog. I'll be completely honest. I forget about the annual catalog stamps because I get so engrossed in the mini catalog, either the holiday or the spring catalog, and I forget. But Mountain Air was brought out last spring catalog, and it was put into the annual catalog, and it's carrying over. What's special about this photopolymer stamp set is that it's reversible, meaning that you can flip the stamp over and it's a solid image as a background, and then the other side is the detailed. And somebody asked me, I think Dee, you recently asked me, how do I categorize, like how do I store things and how do I organize? One of the things that I always do for organizing my stamp sets with my dies, as I don't know if you guys noticed that, is I take one of my catalogs and I cut it up, or at the end, like I always take and put the name of the dies, or you could handwrite it in here too, or like with a permanent marker, but I have Majestic Mountains dies, so that when I am wanting to create a card with the stamp set, that I know that it has dies. And then on the dies, I take and I put the name of the stamp set, so Mountain Air stamp set, so that they go together. So this is going to be carried over to the new annual catalog. So if you guys don't have this, you have time to get it. You don't have to rush to get this. You have a whole nother year to get it. But again, that's why it's gray, and then the details. So this reverses, these reverse, these, and so the sun, or the moon. The moon is super cool. So I had in the past done a class with this, and I made a little moon with the shimmery white embossing powder, but it's no longer available. But I got some moons in there. We may pull this out just to use it. I did a little prep work, because in my head I have an idea of what I want to do. The stitch next to dies, you guys, I think that these are retiring. I think I saw that they're retiring. Sad face. The stitched shapes are retiring. The layering ovals are retiring. The layering squares are retiring. So I will be going through all of that tomorrow night though. So I was like, oh my gosh, sad face. So I've already taken a piece of navy, Night of Navy. It's 4 by 5 1/4. And I've cut out the biggest die right here, and I don't need this piece right here. This piece can be used for something else. So put it somewhere so that you don't forget that you have it, okay, if you cut out the middle. Embossing powder is not retiring. What they're doing is they're repackaging it. Black, white, and clear are gonna be as one group for $18. Oh guys, I gotta tell you this. If you're an embossing powder person, and you like to buy them individually, get them individually now, because in the new catalog, Luann just asked, black, white, and clear are going to be together as a package for $18, so not individually. And then copper, gold, and silver, maybe, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but are going to be as a packaged item, so $18 for the 3 of them. you aren't going to be able to buy them individually. Sad face, I know. So if you want any of those now individually, you could buy them now individually, and you're going to be probably set for life. Okay? So we have this, and now you guys saw I started to bring over more things here. So I have, hi Tracy, I have here a piece of Night of Navy, 8.5 by 5.5, folded in half at 4 1/4. My inside mat is 4 by 5 1/4. It's just plain basic white. Now, I had some shimmer paper that I had used it on the other card, so I had the other quarter section. Same size. It's 3 3 13/16 by 5 1/16. Now this doesn't matter so much because this is going to be my background. Okay, so it could be anything as long as it's bigger than the opening here. Okay, so that's prepped. So stitch nested dies, though, that's how I used to cut it out. Then for my mountains, like I did some prep work because I really wanted to show you guys the stenciling part of it. So I took this die right here. Why it's not being just so Mary, tear and tape is being reformatted or reformulated. So tear and tape, this current one is going away, but it looks exactly the same. Kind of like they changed the rhinestones 2 years ago, and they changed the pearls 2 years ago, but they still have them. They're just a new number. I've already stamped this in Night of Navy on Night of Navy and die cut it. Okay, I've already stamped the mountain scene in Night of Navy, this one right here, on Night of Navy, and I die cut it out. Okay, so you guys, we're going to be doing a midnight moonlight card. All right, in the die set for this, there are some trees. There are 2 trees, they're identical. So I've already cut them out in black, basic black. But before I forget, because we don't want to forget Stella, Stella's got to make her appearance on this card. Did Stella? Oh yeah, she did over there. Stella your trees, because they look super cool, stellaed, and it's so much easier to Stella the trees when they're not on your card, because then if you get Stella behind them, it's just on your scratch paper. So Stella the trees, these are super cool trees. They would look awesome putting little dollops of the frost, the paste, if it works, right? If your paste is good. Yeah, Francie, it's not, tear and tape is not going away per se. The number is being retired and they're coming out with a new product and maybe a new supplier, so they have to give it a new item number. Okay, so we're going to be prepping this. So this is going to be our scene like this. But we're going to do, we're doing sponging and we're going to do stars in paste, in shimmer paint. So this is going to go like this. Our trees are going to go on the side, but we have to do a midnight moonlight background. Okay. Oh, guys. Okay, so the stars are not quite yet. We are going to be doing blending. We're creating a sky. Oh, man. Maybe we shouldn't do navy. Maybe we'll pull in Pacific Point. I'm not quite sure. But I have 3 blending brushes that have already been used, and I feel like, yep, we're creating a background. Maybe I'll pull in some Pacific Point though. Let me just see here. Pacific Point. Do I have Pacific Point? Oh yes, I do. Right here. Hang on. Oh, maybe I'm not quite sure. You guys, I don't know how this is gonna look, but we're gonna try it. I'm gonna be blending and making a background. That's what I'm going for. And I have never done this with sponges before. I've done this with aqua painters before. So we're going to learn this together. So we've got some brushes here. I'm going to use that one for purple, that one for pink. We're going to keep this one for blue and that one for that. So I thought I could get by with 3 blending brushes. Nope. Okay, here's a trick, guys. So my bow started to flip forward on my last card. This is why they call me the glue dot queen. So we're going to grab one more glue dot and we're going to tuck it behind his bunny ear right there. And now he's good to go. Gotta show it who's boss, right? Okay, I'm just gonna still look at it because it's beautiful. But I never encourage people to keep their cards while they're working because the last thing I want is for that to fall down in my ink. All right, guys. Oh man, deep breaths here. I'm not the most colorful expert blending brusher, and we're gonna go for this. Okay, so we're gonna be doing a little bit of this rich razzleberry. Again, less is best. You can start with off to the side, getting that big chunk off out of the way, and then work your way onto it. And we're starting off with Rich Razzleberry. I did see that the Rich Razzleberry blends are going away, as well our Mango Melody, the blends. Okay, so we've got a streak going up of the Rich Razzleberry. Oh, you guys see everything just falls around here. Dominoes, that's what I've got. Okay, so that's Rich Razzleberry. What should we do next? Purple is Gorgeous Grape. Gorgeous Grape is gonna be next to it. All right, let's see what's happening here. So you guys, Kelly has done some beautiful cards for Technique Thursdays with blending brushes. I'm adding a little bit of Gorgeous Grape to our sky. So I'm trying to create a sky here. Oh, that's what I'm going for. Northern Lights, I'm not quite sure, but we're going for it. Okay, so we got the purple going over that way. We're gonna put a little purple over on this way. Oop, I started on it and it got thick over there. Did you see that? So we're gonna do a little purple over here. I'm trying not to push too hard into my ink pad. You should only have to blot on it. I am going in a circular motion. I don't know if you guys can see that. Trying here. If I see it too light, I'm just adding more color. Okay, so that's looking nice. We're gonna pull in, what do we wanna pull in? We're gonna start with Pacific Point. And we're gonna see once, oh, I'm gonna move this card, guys. I gotta move it. I'm sad, but we're moving it over here. Oh, it's gonna go right there. I can't have it landing in the blue. That would make me sad. Okay, so we're taking some Pacific Point. Oh man, that's okay. Let's see. We're gonna go up here and bring in some Pacific Point. Oh yeah. Oh man, it's so pretty. Oh, I love it. Okay, Pacific Point there. Oh, you guys, are you seeing what's happening? It's so pretty. Okay, so I'm gonna come down. So some of this is not gonna be seen, sadly, but I am creating, what are the two colors you are using? Rich Razzleberry on my right, middle is Gorgeous Grape, and front and center is Pacific Point. I was going to use Night of Navy, but I think the Night of Navy would have been too dark. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to go over here. So we're gonna go, I got a little line going on here. I'm not quite sure what that's about. This bottom is really not getting, it's gonna get covered up. But it's so fun doing this that, oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Okay, so that was Pacific Point. We're gonna add a little more purple back over here. So we've got Rich Razzleberry, Pacific Point, and Gorgeous Grape. I'm loving this. Are you guys, does it feel like a beautiful midnight moonlight sky? Okay, let's do a little more raspberry because we can. Remember, you can always add, you can't take away. And now I'm just going over the top and blending it nicely. Okay, so isn't that looking cool? So I'm not worrying about the bottom, that's completely covered up. What's most important is what is being seen in the middle here. Just like that. All right, I wanna make it a little darker though. So we're gonna go for it a little bit more, okay? Remember, less is best in the beginning, but you can always add more. I want it to be richer looking, like in terms of the color, like just more vibrant and bold. I feel like Bob Ross, guys. Oh man, I feel like I'm gonna have some really happy little trees here in a moment. All right, so I'm grabbing some more purple. Sorry, Sharky, we're covering your nose up. All right, we're grabbing some more purple here, and we're gonna bring in some blue on the side here, and we're gonna bring that in. And I'm gonna bring a little bit more here. All right, I might be okay with that. Are you guys okay with this? I wish I wouldn't have gotten that line there, but I think the trees will cover it up. I want more purple, I want more blue right at the top here. Just a little bit more. Okay, I love it. Okay, that's what we got. So we created our own night sky, right? Whew, that was very fun. Okay, I started off a little nervous, but then I got into it and it was good. I hope you guys like it. But we're gonna do just a little bit more raspberry. All right, so with the ink, these things, what you can do is clean them out when you're all done. They're water-based, so I'll clean them out when I clean out my bumblebee. So I'm done with inks right now. So we're gonna shut them up and get them out of the way. Might not use the navy, but we've got here these brushes off to the side. Boom. Okay, we're not done though, because we haven't even used our stencils yet. So we're gonna make stars, guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what I'm picturing is this is here, and we're gonna have some stars in the background here. So I don't want those two big ones to be in weird, awkward spots, but they are big. So let's see how this will work best. Maybe, maybe something like that. Okay, so something like that. So we're gonna put that like that. Okay, tear and tape. Again, I've got it over here. We're gonna tape our edges down. Now, if you guys are loving on the shimmer paint with these stencils, you definitely do want to get yours before they go away. I'm almost positive that I saw that they are retiring. Let's pull up the arms for the sleeves for this. Hi, Barb. Okay, we talked about putting some of the shimmer paint on a block so that we don't have to worry about dipping our brush in there. So I'm gonna just pour a little bit. Oh man, right there is where I'm gonna end it. We're gonna cover it up just because we don't like spilling. And we're just dipping our brush in here and blending it. Did I say washi tape? I might have said something else. Sorry if I didn't call it washi tape. Okay, so we are using the Frost White Shimmer Paint, and we're gonna go and make some stars, guys. Just go over this. We're making some shimmery stars. Now we won't have, you gotta be careful because it's gonna pick up the color, and you don't wanna lose the coloring that you have underneath. So you're not gonna wanna keep going over and over this. So I'm gonna get this added on here and just see what happens. Okay, now our window looks like this. And then these guys are gonna come up this high. So good, okay. Tear and tape. Okay, I called it tear and tape, probably. Okay, we need our washi tape, good call. So remember, it picks up a little of that color, and I've got that off. Let's see what it looks like, guys. I think we're good with this washi tape. It can be thrown away. Oh, Randy and Ann, I can't forget your birthdays. All right, let's get this off of here. Now, again, this shimmer paint on here is not really as easy to clean up with water. You want like hot soapy water for that, because when I cleaned it up from tip, oh, well that looks okay. Well, I completely got a lot of stars on that side, but not on that side. So hang on. Let's put this back. We're gonna line this right back up. I need some stars over there because, yes, good call, Luann. I should have just pounced it. Yep. So there's stars there. You can see them, but I got them smushy. So we're gonna try it over on this side and not make it smushy. So hang on, let's line this back up. I think it was something like that. And we're just going to put a couple of them on the side over here. And we're gonna pounce it. That's what we just said. We're gonna pounce it. So just a little bit, not, because so this shimmer paint is a lot wetter than ink. So what Luann just said is to pounce it, and I think this is what pouncing it is. Okay. Pouncing it is. Let's see if that worked better on that side. See, we're learning together. Okay. Yes, that worked. So you can see the stars over on that. Oh, there it is. Okay. See, it's not so bad. I pounced on this side, you guys. It was more of a up and down, where over here I was blending more, and you can see that some of my stars got smushy. Okay, so hot soapy water for this, for cleaning, because it's not really watery based. This too, also clean that out really good at the end. I would use soap and water for that one too. Block 2 rubbing alcohol. I tried to just use water on here the other day and it didn't work. So rubbing alcohol or alcohol wipes. I think that we're ready to put this together and see, put a moon on there. Okay, so you guys, I do have a moon from here. It's retired product. So this is old embossing powder. It was the shimmery white that's Stampin' Up, and we're gonna put that on here too. Okay, let's assemble this bad boy. Okay, so I definitely want my frame popped up. So what I'm going to do is grab my dimensionals, and I'm gonna use big ones because they'll go easier. And I am not gonna be, I'm gonna be liberal with my dimensionals. I'm gonna put them all over the place because I don't want my frame sagging anywhere. So we're gonna load this one up, and then we're gonna grab our glue scissors and use some of these even close to the middle here. And we'll put one right there and one there. Okay, so we got that. So pick those off. Side frame to the left. I don't know what you mean, Luann. Side frame to the left. I'm not quite sure. So this, I gotta get all these guys picked off. Our card, oh, they're stuck to my thumb. Oh man, come on here. All right, card base here. I'm gonna glue that down, and I'm pretty sure that that'll be right where I want it. Slide the frame to the left. I got it. Okay, so we're gonna glue this down so it's flat onto our card base. I love that background though. That blending background is so pretty. So, so pretty. So that's gonna go here. Then it was closer to the one end here, and I wanted a little gap at the top there. Okay, this, you gotta be really careful putting this down because once you go, you gotta get it straight. Otherwise you're gonna be sad when you try to pull it off. So I always go, I try to line that up first, and then I line that, and then I go that way, and then it should lay just right. All right, then these pieces right here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with the bottom, and I'm going to put this flat with glue, but I'm gonna pop up in the middle here. So I'm gonna guess that there's gonna be some dimensionals right here. Here, let's grab the little guys now. We'll put some dimensionals here. And then we're gonna put liquid glue everywhere else. So this actually is 4 1/4, so it's going to go over the edge slightly. Okay, so I'm gonna put glue along the bottom here. And then I'm gonna put glue along the sides and the top here. And my dimensionals will catch it in the middle. And this goes all the way down to the bottom edge of the card. You guys might have just seen my head. I'm getting my nose right in here. Okay, I might have to trim a little off the edge. I'm not quite sure yet, but oh, hang on. You guys, I gotta sneak this guy in here. Hang on. I know I have a method to my madness, but we're gonna leave that kind of hanging tight there. And I gotta get a couple dimensionals on this piece right here. And we gotta put a little liquid glue on the sides of this one. And then he needs to sneak in here so that we've got the mountains in the background. I wasn't sure how high they needed to be, so I wasn't gonna put them on first. And I gotta go low enough so that I don't see any any white peeking through. Okay, there, that's good. So I put a couple dimensionals there, glued it flat on the sides, and then we're gonna do some tree action here. Yeah, doesn't that, like, you guys, I know you can't hardly see depending on which way the light hits it. There it is. You can see the stars back there. Okay, then our trees, one's gonna go here, taller, and then one's gonna go right about here. Now, I'm not gonna worry about trying to put dimensionals. Oh, I mean, I could put a little dimensional right. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. We're gonna cut a little dimensional. Where are they? Right here. We're gonna put, it's gotta be really little though, guys. Super, super little. And if you don't like dealing with little baby dimensionals like this, then skip it. So we're gonna put one at the top here so that at least the top is sticking a little bit. But these are so fine and dainty, and you don't need a lot of glue. And all I generally will do is just put right down the spine of the tree here, or its trunk. We're just gonna put a little bit of glue like that. Okay, so then, oh, I missed poking out a couple. Hang on, let's get our glue scissors here. Poke right there and right there. There. And then this one's gonna go up a little bit higher, like that. And that should stick good. Oh, black dimensionals. Oh, Sandy, you're so trite. Let's use some black dimensionals. Because a girl has black dimensionals, she might as well use them, right? All right. Let's get that guy right on the back of the tree here. Come on, get out of there. All right. That is the perfect thing to use. You're so smart. I love it. All right. Cindy, it's not the replay. We're actually live right now. You missed the first half, but, or I should say the first part, but we're almost done. You can catch the replay once we finish this live video. So this tree's going to go here, like that. Our moon is going to cover up some of our, it's going to cover up our splotchy stars. Wonderful. And I'm going to use liquid glue on this because there's embossing all around. So I'm going to not worry about seeing the glue. And you guys, we're covering up our splotchy stars. We got a moon that's back there. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay. Thanks for sharing, Deborah. Okay, that glue can get put. Luann said black dimensionals too. Kathy did too. You guys are you're awesome. And I have them right there. Just don't think, that's just the perfect thing. You don't always think to use them. Okay, I'm not done though. So we're gonna grab this. We're gonna open this up. And the inside I'll worry about. We're gonna figure something else out for the inside. But I wanna show you one other thing. How do I wanna do this? I want to flick. I want to flick. What do I want to do? I need a paintbrush. I don't know if I have a paintbrush out here. What am I going to do? You know what? I'm going to just do my Stella, and then I'll just rinse out my Stella brush. So if you guys have a paintbrush at home, this works better with a paintbrush, but I don't have a paintbrush out here. I might. Hang on. I do. It's my little baby brush that I used to paint my she shed. This got into all the fine nooks and crannies in the corners. And I have it down here for touch-ups. So, perfect thing for a paintbrush. So, okay, so we're gonna cover up stuff a little bit. But what I do is I'm taking a paintbrush and I'm dipping into the cover of this. And I'm gonna flick. It's called flicking. I'm gonna add some flicks on here. Just some splatters. Just a few little. You can flick Stella. Yes, you can. Yes, you sure can. Absolutely. Get her, the brush really filled. But I'm going to take shimmer paint here and I'm just flicking just a little bit on here. I know from a distance you probably can't see much, but you got to give this time to dry too. But what flicking does is it just adds, like you can see the little bits of flicks over there. Over there, you guys can see that there's little flickers all over there. Just, it's really light. Just, it adds a little bit of extra to the card. Another way to use shimmer paint, flicking. So what Luann just asked though is Stella. Kathy said I should be designing the paper pumpkin. Oh man, I don't know about that. That might be more stressful. But what Luann just asked about is flicking this. Like you can flick your Stella just like that too. Just you have to make sure she's got enough stuff in her brush tip here so that that stuff flicks out. But yes, definitely. And then you could dip the brush into ink and flick different colors as well. Okay, so let's have a look-see at what we just did. Definitely clean out your paintbrush right away. Otherwise that paint, the shimmer paint will like make it dry really crusty hard. Okay, so these were the alternatives using two of the stencils. The stars you can kind of see there in the background, and then the sun background. And then the two cards that we made were these two cards and they were just tried and true, however Paper Pumpkin had it. Didn't go outside the Paper Pumpkin box so much with those, but I thought that was good. I don't know. I was a little bit most nervous about doing the sun stencil, but I think it turned out really good. So those are the 4 cards that we did tonight. You guys have fun with the stencils. The sky is the limit with them. Like what are the other 2? I'm trying to figure out where they are. The other 2 were clouds. Oh, and the mountain background. Oh, right here. The mountain or the clouds would be super cool. You can make with balmy blue. You can make balmy blue clouds. And this one, you could do different mountain scenes. Like you could do that one first and then that one with like a gray and just make them different shades of gray. I want to see your different samples, guys. When you use the stencils, you should share them. Try to figure out a way to use them with the monthly creative challenge. You can share them. Or when we post the Share It Sunday on Sundays, share your cards that you're making. So, oh, Danny says bravo. Yay. Thanks, Danny. You guys are liking them. So I have the announcement for the winners of the 3 cards from last week. Anybody, just a final reminder, if you want to sign up for the ink, paper, scissors butterfly class, I have 2 left. The kangaroo, I have 2 left for the Stamparatus class. I have about 7 for game night, and I have, what's the other one? I don't know, plenty for Hydrangea and April monthly cards. I haven't even started to think about how many for them. But if you guys want to sign up for anything, remember your orders qualify if it's a minimum amount and you use the host code to get a free class. And I will be connecting with a few of you that placed orders yesterday that I haven't been in touch with to figure out if you want some classes. So, oh yeah. So you guys are liking them, yay. But I see some people have it. Okay, so Luann, the top fan, somebody told me, it might have been Angela, she said that you have to adjust your setting in Facebook to allow top fans maybe. Like they might have made some updates recently where they might have taken it off and then they didn't put it back on everybody's. I don't know if that's really the case or not, but just go to your settings and maybe go to top fan settings and see if you can turn it on and turn it off. So the butterfly class, Jennifer, is, it's called Ink, Paper, Scissors. It's these 4 card kits, and you get a goodie bag with linen trim, this trim, the braided linen trim, and then the in-color dots. So it's $30 mailed if you do cash option. Otherwise, if you pay on the website, it's $31. It's $1 for the convenience fee for using a credit card. So, and for those people that have signed up already for game night and the Stamparatus 101 and for ink, paper, scissors, I've already emailed you the PDF tutorials. If you signed up before Monday, I was on the ball last week. If you've signed up in the last 3 days, I haven't. So working on that. So, all right. Drum roll, please. We have 3 winners of the cards from last week, the March monthly cards. So you guys ready? Right? All right, my favorite card. Well, they're all my favorite. I like the shark card so much. Winner, chicken dinner is Diane Enerson, Enerson. Diane Enerson. You are the lucky winner of the shark card. The winner, lamb dinner. No, just kidding. Chicken dinner. Sue Masoner, Sue, and then Masoner. You are the lucky winner of the lamb card. Kathy Jackson, hang tight. I will show you the dragonfly cards again for game night. Let's put this one up. It's so fun to look at that. Okay, and winner, chicken dinner. The strawberry card. Karen Drain, Drain. Girls, your names were drawn. I don't have any of your addresses. If you want to claim your card, I need your address so I can pop Happy Mail in the mail to you. So these were the 3 cards from last week. I have nobody signed up for this class Saturday morning. All the kits are gone, and so I will be canceling the Saturday morning class, which is great, which is fine. I had 48 sets of those, and they pretty much all went, and so it worked out good. So Kathy, you want to know about the dragonfly cards. So those are for game night. We're going to do these 4 cards. You guys, so many cards here. So I've got about 7 sets of cards for game night here. So it's the dragonfly like this. I do your die cutting. All you got to do is figure out your dragonfly if you don't have the set. This one is a fun fold. It's like a skinny line card. I don't know. It goes like this though. So it has these 2 side panels that get secured down. So there you would just need some foliage right in the middle. Your goodie bag will contain linen trim, the green braided linen trim, and the ladybugs. And then this was the, I call it the dead dandelion card, but it's so pretty. It's a perfect sympathy card. And these little guys are paper, so I will be providing that to you. You don't need to stamp, but you do need to fussy cut your own out. I will not do that. And then this last little guy is, you just need to have a sentiment and some foliage here. I will punch out your dragonflies. You guys, again, with these ink, paper, scissors, and game night, I don't do any of your bows for you. So just a disclaimer that you will get your full packs of ribbon. I don't open up all 36 packs and make everybody's bows for these cards. I have to save a little time somewhere, and that's one of the things that I have chosen to not make bows for those 2 classes. But for all my monthly classes and my bundle suite classes, I always make your bows for you. So with that being said, I made 60 bows the other night for the art floral class, because those have, one card had a bow on it, so I made 60 bows. So no, Kathy, ink, paper, scissors, and the game night are not classes where you can order to get them free. They are a set amount, and they are, like for ink, paper, scissors is $30 mailed, and then for game night is $40 mailed, and it includes your kits, your ability to play the games for game night and potentially win prizes, and then a goodie bag. And so it's not a class where you can get it free. My monthly classes and my bundle suite classes are ones that you can pick for free with a purchase. So, all right, you guys, I had a fun night. This was fun. I always go into Paper Pumpkin night kind of a little nervous, more nervous than normal, because I don't know how it's going to turn out, but I'm very happy and pleased with how we did this one. So yeah, right? No bows, Danny? Okay, but I just made 60 bows for the art floral class. I made, for this card right here, you guys, I have 5 extra this for art floral. I made all 60 of these little baby bows because that's how many people I had signed up for that class. So, well, actually 55. So I have 5 pending in case anybody wants to pick that one yet. I'll be mailing those cards out tomorrow after work. So, all right, so much fun. I had fun. You guys have a great rest of your night, and I will see you tomorrow at 5 p.m. Central if you can make it. Pop on anytime. Make sure you have your catalog handy. Make sure you have your pen, highlighter, a drink, Jean Benson. I will be expecting you to have a blue moon if you're there. And after Craft Roulette, Paper Pumpkin is a breeze. Yes, I definitely agree. And then also some popcorn or a snacky snack if you guys want to. It'll probably take us a couple hours to go through the catalog. If I can, I'll pull together some samples of some past classes that I've done that featured certain sweets so that you can see some samples. So yeah, you guys have a good night. Lots of love and sunshine and hugs to you guys. Bye.